Morning, Merry Christmas and welcome to AMT Headingley for our traditional Wetherby Whaler Festive Challenge. The hosts, Leeds Rhinos, against Wakefield Trinity. A first look at these two sides ahead of the 2024 Betfred Super League and Championship seasons after their contrasting fortunes last year. Rowan Smith keen to build on what was by the Rhinos' lofty standards a disappointing campaign. And what about Wakefield? Relegated from the top flight, but with Darryl Powell tempted for a new challenge, they will have a big point to prove as well. The whole of the match live and exclusive on the way here on Our League after we hear next from the two head coaches. Rowan, great to see you. Merry Christmas. What do you want to see from today?
Yeah, good game of footy. Good battle would be good. We've got a lot of young kids playing at various stages today, so a good opportunity for them. But looking forward to us, taking our first steps forward for 2024. We've got a very new group, but also a fair bit of cohesion there as well.
How have those new faces settled in so far? We're going to see a couple of them today.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. All those that are fit and ready and in the building are having a game today, and they've fit in really well. They're good people and good players, and they've been exactly what we've signed up for so far. So looking forward to them getting out there and introducing themselves to the fans.
What do you take ahead of 2024 from 2023? I know there was a lot of frustration in various parts. What do you want to take from that to make sure that you kick on this year?
We a core of English players in our team experienced some real highs and some lows last year, but they all stepped forward under pressure. So those guys are in a good position moving forward. And then the new players coming into our group have come to do a specific role, and they fit in really well so far. And then the next exciting part is the players that haven't yet really played or have only played a few games. Those guys got started last year in a full-time environment, and there's good things ahead for them. And
you really got a feel, I'm sure, last year for the fans here and the hunger that they have on what they want. You know that they'll be demanding success in 2024.
Yeah, it comes with I think every club does, but no more than Leeds want success. But we've got a lot of work to do. We've got to earn everything that we get, and it's I feel like it's a bit of a fresh start this year. A big change of key personnel to the group and an emerging English and Leeds core of players that are now somewhat experienced. So it's a fresh start, but we also know we've got to get started quickly.
How key was it to get your spine in place? I don't know what the top of your wish list was at the end of the season, but bringing in two international class players from Salford has given you an instant new look.
Yeah, we were quite happy with the recruitment we'd done and the retention we'd done up to that point. And when that sort of opportunity presented itself, we found it. We felt it was a good opportunity to strike and to really make a big difference to our team. It's not common to change a whole spine in one go, but we were very thorough with our work on recruitment of both person and player, and we feel like we've got the right personalities to fit quickly. And we also think we've got the next spine perhaps in the building as well, in the younger players in our group. So they're also fulfilling a mentoring opportunity there to bring on the next brigade.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing some of them on Our League today. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Darryl, great to see you. Merry Christmas. How are you finding this so far? I'm still getting used to seeing you in a Wakefield tracksuit.
Really good. I mean, the club's almost a brand new club. I think looking at some of the things that Matt's doing around the place, the new stand, the vibe around the place. The players have been class. So yeah, really enjoying it. Obviously, get a first look at some of the boys today and see how we go.
Yeah, how excited are you about seeing some of your players in action against a very good side today?
Yeah, well, it's the first challenge for us, isn't it? We've been through 6-7 weeks of training now. Boys have got after it and been pretty good. Like I said, their attitude's been outstanding. We're a little bit shy in certain departments today from a personnel perspective, but look, I'm just looking for a great attitude, and I want us to go and defend well and really get after Leeds. So we'll learn a lot from it, I think, attitude-wise, more than anything. There'll be some combinations in there that we want to see grow and develop in the next period of pre-season. But it's a good opportunity today for some players to really show what they're about.
Does it still feel like a Super League club? to you from your time so far?
Well, probably if you look at the infrastructure of the club, it's probably more a Super League club than it's been in the past. You know, with the stand, and it's not quite all finished yet. But you know, you get a look at it, and it looks class. You know, so there's 3 sides of the stadium now that look really solid, and Matt's doing some things for the players, like a players' lounge, which is amazing. You know, we're trying to we want the players to be as professional as it possibly can be. So to do that, you've got to give them a professional environment, and we've worked hard on that. Our training facility's been class, and the ground is really coming on. So, well, I think it's in a great place as a club. Obviously, we've got a job to do this year, and on the field and then off the field, the club's got a job to do to make sure we're back in Super League in 25, and then we crack on from there.
I can tell already you've bought into this dream, this new project. That there must have been a temptation or an emotion or a feeling in you after Warrington. Actually, I don't need this anymore. I might be done with rugby league. Ever think that?
No, you know, it's you know, I took a couple of weeks to reflect, but then I was pretty much like, I can't leave it at that. You know, and that's really where when Matt got in touch with me and asked to meet me and sold me his vision, I was. You know, I was bought in straight away to what he was talking about, and it's pretty easy when you've got somebody like him who's talking about the club in the way that he does, and how much he believes in the club. He's been a supporter for many years, and you know, I think everybody's bought into where we want to take the club, and yeah, it's going to be an awesome journey. I'm just looking forward to the challenges that it's going to present.
Let's bring it back just finally to today. What do you want to see from your player today? What would represent a successful Boxing Day trip to Headingley for you?
Oh, well, I'd like to see a great attitude from us. You know, I think defensively as much as anything. I think with the ball, it's always going to be a little bit tricky, especially with the halfbacks missing that we've got. You know, Miles Lawford he'll have to control a lot of what we're doing at halfback. But I just want to see a great attitude. You know, I'd like to see us move the ball a little bit and enjoy ourselves. I think if we can get the boys enjoying themselves, then we'll get a lot out of today.
Great to see you. Cheers, good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, good morning everyone. It's a beautiful, sunny, crisp morning at AMT Headingley, and here we are for our annual Wetherby Whaler Festive Challenge for 2023. The Rhinos against Wakefield Trinity. George Riley with you, and James Donaldson will be joining us for commentary in a couple of minutes as well. The teams have just completed their warm-up. They're back in the sheds preparing to enter the field, so let's tell you how the two teams will line up today. Some big name absentees for Leeds, but some very familiar faces as well, with Lockie Miller starting at fullback, Devil Alfert, Jack Smith, Louis Roberts and Ash Handley. Jack Sinfield starts in the halves alongside, I should say, another new boy in Matt Frawley. Up front, the two Frenchmen, Michael Goudemond and Justin Sangaré, alongside the new hooker signed from Salford with Brodie Croft. Andy Acker's really excited, Andy tells me, to make his Rhinos debut here today. Then it's Morgan Gannon, James McDonnell and Cam Smith, the new skipper for the new campaign, and a host on the bench as well, ready to come on. Wakefield Trinity, they've got quite a few out today, but they line up with Jowett at fullback, then Franco Thornley-Pratt, and look out for Lachlan Wormsley, scoring tries for fun in the Betfred Championship with Halifax last year. Can he do the same in the colours of Trinity? It's Hood and Lawford in the halves, Bowden Doyle and Tony in the pack, and then Matty Ashurst, Josh Griffin and Mathieu Cozart. Bit of French flair signed from Featherstone Rovers, completing the 13. Huge benches from both sides. There we go. Big choice for the two head coaches. Some familiar names in there, some less so. Sam Luzone, Jared O'Connor, two of the big names, alongside a young bench for the Rhinos. And Trinity with Boothroyd, Croft, and another Sinfield on their bench as well. And head coach Darryl Powell, how interesting to listen to Darryl Powell speaking to us pre-match as well on Our League. Big move, wasn't it, for Darryl to take on this job at Wakefield Trinity so soon after what could have been quite a scarring experience at Warrington Wolves. But he's back, he's dusted himself down, and he's signed up to a new project to get Trinity back into Super League. Well, I mentioned some absentees from the Rhinos today. Brodie Croft and Paul Momirovsky watching our stream back in Australia. Merry Christmas to you both. No Fuzzy Tua, Newman, Alensky, Holroyd, Bentley, Martin or Donaldson in the Rhinos colours today. But I'm pleased to say the last of those joins us up on the commentary gantry. James Donaldson, great to see you. How are you feeling? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, mate. Thanks very much for having me today. Something I've never done before, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Here come the Rhinos, led out by the new skipper Cam Smith. And the Rhinos fans in good voice on Boxing Day. In the new colours, well, the familiar colours, the new home jersey, predominantly white this year. And Wakefield Trinity in the metallic blue with the white and red trim. What's it like for players playing on a Boxing Day, James?
I've played the last 4 years now, and it's not an easy task to get yourself up for the games after having a big Christmas dinner. I would say it ruins your Christmas, but you know, it's a great opportunity for some young lads to get an opportunity, you know, to play in front of the fans in the first team environment. So, you know, it's an exciting day for them lads.
Well, we will start with a moment to remember those we have lost in 2023. Anthem rings around AMT Headingley. Here's the traditional Boxing Day fixture, the Wetherby Whaler. Festive challenge for 2023. Wakefield Trinity will get us underway. Playing left to right. Rhinos will have first possession, and here we go. on a sunny Boxing Day morning. The Rhinos get the first possession, and Andy Ackers gets his first feel of a football in Rhinos colours. There he goes. South Stand already in good voice. As Ackers shifts left, Sangare was waiting. Ackers goes on his own. Sangare showed real promise in his first season at Headingley. Really excited about what he could do in 2024. I know Rowan Smith's a big fan. Here's the new Rhinos 7, Frawley. Could have been a forward pass. Here we go with Sinfield kicking on the last. Into the sunshine. First tester at the back. Good chase as well. Oh, but a penalty given away. James Donaldson, first impressions.
Yeah, a solid start for the Rhinos there. Just let down by that kick chase. High tackle, puts us straight back on the back foot after pinning them in that corner, that left-hand corner at the start
How
of the game.
frustrating is that for a player when you do all that hard graft?
Especially,
and then that happens.
Especially straight off the kick-off. There's nothing worse, you know. You're investing that energy early and just to throw it away like that, you know, disappointing.
James Donaldson with us, live and exclusive on our league. Great to have you with us this Boxing Day morning. And after that bright start from the Rhinos, they have some defending to do. Here come Trinity. What can they create? Nothing this time. Early errors from both sides.
From what I understand is we've had referees in this last week talking about the play of the ball.
Yeah, give us some insight into that. That's interesting. So you had the refs in. There are some new law implementations. A lot of it, from what I understood, James, is about cleaning up the ruck area. What were you told?
You see a lot of players getting up and rolling the ball, you know, with the hand through the legs. You have to make a conscious effort this year to make sure the foot makes contact with the ball. They've been pretty strict on that when they come and coached us and refed a few games in training, and you see it straight away that ones came up with it straight away there. So I think we'll see a lot more of that this next few games, especially the opening rounds of Super League. Refs being really strict on that, and you see that quite often when new rules come in. They go hell for leather with it the first few games and then quietens off after that.
A couple of early errors from both sides. Wakefield looking slick though. Moved on by Hood, attacking down the left side within 10 of the Rhinos line. Good opportunity for Trinity to strike first. A Tony up the middle. Last tackle this. Most of the options to this near right-hand side. That's where Trinity come. Darryl Powell will be enjoying this. It's going to be a score, is it? Yes, it is. What a start. Roman Franco touches down, and Wakefield have the early lead, 4 points to 0. Worked it wonderfully, James.
Yeah, you see that quite often, that teams can sometimes think the ball's going to be kicked on last play. Wakefield had some great shape there out the back to manage to get string a few passes together and find a kick on the back of that, and that causes a winger to come up rather than sit back and be tucked ready for that kick.
So Leeds got a little cold. Wakefield have started really well, and they get the points that their start deserves. Roman Franco in the corner, and it'll be Max Jowett to try and add on the 2. So Leeds made to pay, throwing the ball around on halfway. Wakefield gobbled up the possession and finished it off on the last. Jowett has a touchline conversion in front of the south stand. Real hush around AMT Headingley. Jowett strikes the ball right-footed. He's just sliced it. It's decent connection, but it's a 4-point lead. Leeds, James, just need to try and get that out of their system and go again.
Definitely, you see this quite a lot in the early games in friendlies, that the players are not quite as sharp as you might expect. This has just come from the lack of, game on game with other teams to get that time and work out them combinations as well. And we'll see. I think that it's not going to be picture perfect this early on in the game.
Short kick-off from Leeds. And that one worked, so the Rhinos have possession back. I remember that was something you tried a lot at the start of last season.
Yeah, Rowan's pretty open to that. Whatever you want to do on them kick-offs, go for it, but make sure that you invest the energy on that kick chase to try and get that ball back.
Akers has got Sangare on his left shoulder. Akers through the gap. Good chance for the Rhinos to hit right back. They get a tackle count, White clean. It's Sangare. Pumping the legs towards the line. Leeds within 5, trailing 4-0 in the Wetherby Whaler Festive Challenge. Akers appealing to the referee and shuffling the ball back to Sinfield. Here's the skipper Smith. No way through. The Rhinos won't mind that. They can set up right in front of the post here. Akers with a glance. Back in field he goes, behind Sangare. A little dummy, but Frawley is caught. Akers again, behind Sangare with Sinfield, shows the dummy and gets clobbered. The Wakefield fans behind the sticks liked that to our left. 2 to go. With Akers once more. Cameron Smith had to see that one coming, does well. Great footwork, still going the captain. It's the last for Leeds. Sinfield looks like the option here. Here he is. They're going to run it. Shuffled over to the far side. Little kick through. Straight into touch. And that will be Trinity ball. Unless the touch judge has something else he wants to say about this. But the first Rhinos set in dangerous territory. What did you make of that, James Donaldson?
Some good combinations there, but just I think the timing was off a little bit. But like I said earlier, these things aren't going to be perfect early on in the game. As this game gets on, I'm sure we'll see the finesse come on a lot more.
So Trinity defend their line. They're asking for a penalty here. Touch judge on the far side is basically playing on the wing at the moment, about 10 metres infield. And the referee puts whistle to the mouth again. Second penalty given away. Tom Grant is the man with the whistle today. And Leeds have given away a couple of penalties.
I think we see it there again with the new rules. I think there was a little late flop there. Something they're trying to cut out this year to try and get a lot more of a free-flowing game.
So more possession for Wakefield with Thornley. Bit of a journeyman now, Ian Thornley. He's seen some sights in his career. Former Wigan man. Former Lee man too. Wakefield look really slick with ball in hand so far. Promoted by Liam Hood once again. Former Rhino himself, of course. Came through the ranks here at Leeds. At the time, Leeds had about 3 or 4 good hooking options. It was just really bad timing for Liam Hood. He's done well for himself. Change of direction from Tom Doyle. Last tackle, 10 away. Hood has a look. Tony hanging to his right. Goes right down the middle. We've got themselves in a bit of a tangle here, but they're going to kick for the same corner. Hanley alive to Franco, but he's carried back over his line. It's another good end to the set for the visitors.
Great pressure by Wakefield there. We'll see it again there, trying to string a few passes together before they kick the ball, making that winger not just be able to come up too far.
A drop out from the Rhinos. It's another short one, very short. And Leeds look favourite. Oh, Leeds were favourite, but the chasers missed the ball, so they've handed possession right back to Wakefield. Leeds had 2 men favourite for that, but now Wakefield have a set of 6 from here. Redder for Tony. Can they double their money? Doyle. No way through. The Rhinos getting a good defensive workout early. Oh, there are huge gaps here though, and that will be try number 2. Nothing that Leeds could do to stop Matty Ashurst through the gap. And it's 8-0, Wakefield with a kick to come. And it all came from this short dropout again, James, as we watch the replay here. Leeds look favourite. Well, they just completely missed it, and Wakefield have made them pay.
Yeah, I thought Morgan Gannon got his hands to it early there. He went straight through, and Ashurst picked the ball up, put them in good territory to try and build a bit of pressure. I'm not sure what happened there on the shift, but Leeds' defence wasn't great. The winger got high, which is what we looked for, but just a little bit too high where they created a pocket on Sinfield's inside shoulder.
What a start for Darryl Powell's Wakefield Trinity. Going along almost a point a minute, presuming this goes over. 11 gone, this is going to be 10-0 Wakefield. And that noise that we were talking about from beneath us in the south stand has suddenly subsided.
Leeds need to get back to it here and start creating a bit more pressure, putting the ball in the corners rather than giving silly penalties away, because it seems to be costing us at the moment.
Here is Jowett, missed the first from the touchline, won't miss this one from bang in front. It's 10-0 Wakefield. Well, they normally, James, say it goes penalty, penalty, try. For Leeds so far, it's gone penalty, try, penalty, try.
Yeah, not the start that we're looking for. You get games like this that, you know, there's still time on the clock, a lot to play for early on in this game.
Well, sticking to the plan. It's another short one, and Wakefield might be off again here. Leeds got there first, but Jowett's on his way. Wakefield from the restart have another. Incredible. The short restart, Leeds look favourite. Wakefield gobbled it up, and Max Jowett had only just converted try number 2, and he's racing clear for try number 3. It's a dream start for Darryl Powell and Wakefield.
I think we'd have learned off the first couple that we've done so far. We haven't retrieved the ball from either of them two, so to come up with it again is disappointing, but I can see what the boys are thinking. They want that ball back. They want to try and put the wrongs right in this game, being 12-0 down, and that's gone against us again here.
Well, remarkable first 13 minutes of this Wetherby Whaler Festive Challenge. I didn't think Leeds had started that badly, you know, and suddenly they're shipping a point a minute.
Yeah, Wakefield's energy just seems unreal at the moment, outdoing us in every department. Coming off the back of them penalties, it's not doing us any favours at all, so hopefully we can clean that area up, create a bit more pressure like I said, and get back to it.
Plenty for Rowan Smith to ponder inside the first quarter hour. Leeds' short kickoffs have twice led to points, and it's the try scorer Jowett with another touchline conversion. He's taken this one back a little bit further, 27 metres or so, a couple of metres in. He's struck it beautifully. Oh, he's got the twinkle toes. Max Jowett, 2 kicks and a try, and Wakefield have a 16-0 lead. If we have another look here, the short kick-off, again it was tapped back by Leeds. Sangare looked favourite, missed it. Jowett with pace to burn. This time Leeds abandoned the short kick-off.
Finally.
To ironic cheers from the south stand. Well, it was interesting. It was quite timely that we discussed it. It's almost like we knew what was going to happen when we had that conversation. But my mind just goes back to the first game of last season away at Warrington. where Leeds kept doing that and kept getting it wrong, and kept doing it and kept getting it wrong, and in the end got quite a hefty beating on the day.
You need to learn them lessons early on, and hopefully we'll learn it here that, you know, in these sort of games we want to go end-to-end rugby, kick the ball long, get a good chase on it, and trust that defence.
But this is an opportunity. Wakefield have turned the ball over. Leeds 16-0 down, but right in front of the sticks here. The South Stand doing their bit. It's Ackers. Goes behind Sangaré to Cameron Smith, looked to do it on his own. Couldn't quite get the left arm away. Ackers has been everywhere, as you would expect, from the England hooker. That's nice, little give and go with Matt Frawley. No way through for Roberts on this left touchline. Frawley again with Lockie Miller. There he goes, looking forward to seeing what he can do this year. Wakefield swarming in defence. What a start from Trinity. 16-0 they lead, and the ball being lost by Lockie Miller. And Wakefield have the ball straight back. Swarming defence. Oh, I don't know what he's done there. He's put the ball down trying to play it when he was still off balance. Lockie Miller there. Not sure he'll be doing that next time. And that burst of noise from the Rhinos fans goes quiet again as that attack comes to nothing. Huge benches, of course, remember, from both sides today.
Another penalty there,
Another penalty given away, yeah. Penalty number 3, I think, for the Rhinos inside 16 minutes. Let's have another look.
It's really disappointing. Rowan's
Jack Sinfield that time.
Yeah, Rowan's, you know, highlighted it a number of times. He just seemed to be making them same mistakes.
Well, at the moment, the Rhinos fans who woke up early this morning, got themselves down to Headingley, might be thinking, I wish I'd have just had a lie-in. Wakefield well on top, dominating proceedings. Griffin, he had an acrimonious departure from Hull FC. Now then, what's happened? The ball's come out. The referee says, oh, you just didn't have it, Mr. Griffin, and Leeds will have the ball back. Sloppy from both sides at the moment in patches, as you would expect in pre-season. Well, Sangaré was all over him. Oh, he had his hand on the ball. Did that force it out?
Yeah, I think that Sangaré's tucked his arm under the ball there as you're trying to lock him on the floor.
Got away with one there.
As Sangaré's pulled his arm out, the ball spilled out as well. The referee missed that one.
So Josh Griffin, a little bit unfortunate. He's a man, as is Josh, looking to rebuild his career. Very difficult departure from Hull FC. How about this from Wakefield? Oh, now the ball's come out again, and this will be a penalty given away by the visitors, and Leeds will be able to advance up the pitch. Sinfield in the white boots going for a decent touch, makes it just inside Wakefield territory, approaching the midway point of a first half that's flown by. Leeds yet to really get going. Mikel Gudemond, first time I've said his name today. Arriving from the Catalan Dragons, here's his French colleague Justin Sangaré, former Toulouse man, and Andy Ackers, who of course arrived in that big double deal with Brodie Croft from Salford. I know the Red Devils gutted to lose those two. Financial concerns at the moment at Salford. Here are Leeds attacking the line again, almost there this time with Morgan Gannon. Real bright spark for the Rhinos. Ackers, Smith, Sangaré just started to get going. Last tackle right under the post here. Ackers can go either way. Sinfield hanging back right, everyone else left. Here they are with Frawley. Roberts gobbles it up, but he's wrapped up before he can offload. More promising though, that from Leeds.
Yeah, definitely more promising, putting ourselves in a better position to score tries. I think just the skill on the end of that catch from Roberts cost us a little bit there. I think if he got a cleaner catch, he could have maybe get it out to Hanley a lot easier. I feel like we're lacking a lot of support around our players who are carrying the ball at the moment as well.
Oh, and another penalty. Well, this is absolutely going to kill Rowan Smith, isn't it?
I can't see him being happy at half-time anyway.
What's he like normally at half-time? I'm sure it depends on how the first half has gone, but as a general rule, as a coach, what's he like in there?
I've never seen a coach be so quite cool as Rowan, to be fair. I think you can see in his demeanour in his interviews and things like that he doesn't get too personal. You know, he's not one for singling people out. He has quiet words with players, tells them what you want, and always reminds us that there's still 40 minutes to play.
Still an hour to play at the moment, but it's a 16-0 Wakefield Trinity lead. We're live and exclusive on our league, and Wakefield at the moment fancy more. First chance to look at Lachlan Wormsley. 30-odd tries for Halifax last year. He'd love one here today, playing on the big stage. And here at Wakefield, they fancy another. This feels like it's against the run of play, the passage of play that Leeds have just had, but Wakefield have looked so dangerous when right in front.
We need to have a bit more urgency on our own try line to make it a lot more difficult.
It's the last, and Tony's knocked on. And I think that's the first time Leeds have successfully defended their line. And Miller wants to get on with it. Frustration as referee Tom Grant says, wait for me, please. Sangare's off. And Sam Lizone's on. He's a big unit, isn't he, Sam? There's a penalty given away by Wakefield. Both sides now racking up the penalty count.
The type of player, Sam Lizone, that you need when you're 16 points down, sorry. We'll see him bring great impact to the game here with the energy and tough carries.
There he is, just hovering behind Sinfield, who patted it on and says, there you go, big guy. Ackers, Smith, Goudemond. Ackers again, his own waiting right, comes left with Frawley and Lockie Miller dancing across the line. Good sliding defence from Wakefield, their fans enjoyed that. Leeds within 20 here. Cameron Smith. Will Ackers have a little scurry on his own, I wonder? No, he just launches it back to Sinfield right side. Lizone was wrapped up before he received. So no way through. Oh, but he does get the offload. The referee's happy to let that go. Ackers promotes. Sinfield to Smith. This is more like it. Quick ball movement. Oh, big shot from Ian Thornley. Have some of that. Last tackle, Sinfield for the corner. Handley's there, Roberts is there too. It's Handley. He's got it down, but he's held up. Great take. But he just couldn't finish off the job, and Wakefield survived. This is the big shot, and then the kick that followed. Oh, he felt that. He didn't miss, did he? That, he got the sweet spot there, Ian Thornley. Here you go, Leeds though. Real hunger to drive Wakefield back and earn a dropout. That was the Handley effort, the closest Leeds have come, really. And then what about this? James Donaldson, you'd have been pleased with this one.
Yeah, great by Morgan Gannon there to manage to underhook him and get a drive back behind the sticks and create that dropout.
Better period of play for the Rhinos. Having conceded 3 early tries here. Without reply at the moment. They'll get a fresh tackle count, says the referee. Sam Lizone's off. Ackers has Sinfield to his right, Cam Smith to his left here. Confirmation Tom Nicholson-Watton wearing 30 is on for Leeds. Oh, Gannon's knocked on. Seemed like a nicely timed delayed ball from Matt Frawley. Gannon couldn't take. The opportunities are there for Leeds, but they keep giving penalties away. James Donaldson to my right, shaking his head again. Frustrating, watch this.
Absolutely. Not the standards we set at training or on the playing field. Something needs to happen soon about this. I'm sure that Rowan Smith will have some stern words about this at half-time.
Changes coming thick and fast now. Toby Boothroyd on for Wakefield, wearing 20. Here come Wakefield. They've had a lot of defending to do, and they've done it really well, Trinity, to preserve this nil. Short pass here is the new boy off the bench. Good, powerful drive, that. Trinity within 20 again, in front of the post. There was a shout from Liam Hood. They go left and gets the offload back to Hood. And they'll set up in front of the post again. More danger for the Rhinos. They're stacking up to this near right-hand side, but he goes back left. Boothroyd. Looking really dangerous. Last tackle. Hood waits left side. Here he is. Little grubber kick through. Charge down, was it? No, they're going to keep going. Back to 6. Walmsley might only need 1. He's going to say that's a new tackle, can the referee? Said Leeds went for that. I think he's probably right. Ashurst, a try scorer this morning. This is really good from Wakefield. Jarrett, what a pass! Oh, he can't take it.
An opportunity gone there, the try scoring opportunity.
Well,
just didn't quite get that catch right.
Lachlan Walmsley was already thinking about how he was going to celebrate his first Wakefield try. And the chance had gone before his feet retouched the ground. And Leeds get away with one there. That could very easily have been 20-0. Food for thought up there with Rowan Smith and Chev Walker to his right. What will they be thinking right now, James?
I think they'll be thinking about them penalties. They're just costing us too much. I think like a clear lack of energy at the moment is really costing us. I think that once you go 16 points down, you start to see players look around and look for someone to lead us forward, make that difference.
Yeah, the hunger has come from Wakefield, no question about that. They've made fewer errors, both sides have made a lot. Hamley almost through. Griffin's done well there. The bright yellow boots, but he's held on too long, and Leeds gets 6 more. Miller, can they complete a set, Leeds? Ackers, Sinfield to his right. Here is Jack Sinfield. Another good shot in the tackle. Wakefield making their presence known. Sinfield reaching for that one. Big man promotes. Could have been forward. Cam Smith was there though. Ackers, a change of direction. Sinfield. Done well there, spinning in the tackle, Lockie Miller. But the sliding defence from Wakefield has been excellent. Now what's he given? He's given a penalty against Leeds here, the referee.
I think Lockie Miller tried to hold him in the tackle there.
The referee saw it. The referee had a great view. He knew what he's seen. There's a bit of afters from Wakefield with a hand in the face from Liam Hood. And then what's Lockie Miller?
I can't see Lockie Miller's actually done much wrong there, to be fair.
I can only think the referee has thought he was trying to buy a penalty and flopped. But he was actually poked with the Wakefield foot, wasn't he? Interesting one. Anyway, Wakefield get the ball, leading as they do, 16-0. Live and exclusive on Boxing Day on Our League. Franco, Ashurst and Jowett, the 3 try scorers, 2 from 3 from the boot of Max Jowett as well. They're good value for that lead if you joined us late. Leeds had a I'd say, a promising first set, and then went downhill very quickly. A nightmare first 15 minutes. 2 tries from short kickoffs gone wrong, and 1 conceded on the last. And here come Trinity again. Looking to make sure their stay in the championship is 1 year only. Wakefield under Darryl Powell. That's the goal. Last tackle. The goal here is another try. They're going to go left with Hood. They're going to run this one. Ashurst looking for Hood. It's going to get wrapped up on the last. And Leeds get the turnover. With 10 to go until half-time. There's a stoppage. I think there's a bit of blood, is that, on the back of the head. Merry Christmas.
We see Jared O'Connor coming onto the field now. He's an energy man who'll make a difference. He seems to have replaced Cam Smith. He's got through a lot of work, Cam Smith, in this early part of the game. A lot of tackles, servicing the ball around. Be interesting to see Jared O'Connor. He played hooker throughout the year last year, so he's coming on loose forward now. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes.
Let's have a look at Leeds' latest effort. That was the juggle, where you thought, James, if that was a clean take, there was an opportunity. We've just seen again here. And then another opportunity off the back of that, when Sinfield put it in the court. That was a really nice kick, actually, and it was a good take, wasn't it, from Handley, but excellent numbers in defence from Wakefield. Brilliant
defence from Wakefield. They seem really energetic at the moment, all working hard for each other.
That was the Gannon knock on. Yeah, just going back to Jared O'Connor, how would he have felt about the acquisition of Andy Ackers, one of the best hookers in the game, when he'd been playing there most of last year?
I think Jared would have been disappointed, but at the same time I think it's a great opportunity for Jared to learn that trade. He's new to that position, only done just over a year at the hooker. So I think Andy Ackers coming in, an experienced player who's played at the top level, will really give Jared some insight and some tips on how to improve his game.
And there he is, Andy Ackers, winning his new side a penalty. Another shot on the back of the head, says the referee. Griffin. Now then, can Leeds find a way through before half-time? They've got 7.5 minutes to do so. Rugby league games can change very, very swiftly. Frawley.
Seems that Wakefield's defence is mapping really well across the field, cutting out them opportunities for Leeds, who are trying to spread the ball.
There is O'Connor. McDonald's latched onto a couple of those balls in that inside right channel and just been stopped in his tracks immediately. Here come Leeds again with Roberts. He's going to be in touch, is he? Oh, he's done really well. Handley to take it on. Handley looking for a gap. Leeds sensing blood for the first time. Ackers, Luzon. Oh, Sinfield has to stop and slip. Lockie Miller with a 360. Thinks about a kick. It's a really nice kick. Here come Leeds. Rollins! Leeds are on the boards. Made by Lockie Miller. Scored by Louis Roberts. And finally, after 34 minutes, the Rhinos fans have a try to cheer. And that's more like it.
Yeah, finally built a bit of pressure down that end of the field. Set for a few sets. Create a bit of fatigue in Wakefield's legs and managed to capitalise off the back of it.
Roberts the scorer. Sinfield with an opportunity to make it a 6-pointer in front of the south stands. There won't be many players better schooled by their fathers in the art of kicking a goal in front of the south stand. The stance is eerily familiar. And the outcome is what you would expect. Straight through the middle from Jack Sinfield. Leeds will be feeling a lot better after that. 16 points to 6. It was almost, the fullback just thought, how can I make something here, James?
I think that's sevens coming out in Lockie Miller there. Any opportunities that might come from players getting out of that line, create an opportunity for Lewis Roberts. I think it could have been Lewis Roberts or Morgan Gannon get on the end of it there. Thought there might have been a fight for it in the end there.
I'm not sure how much that will change the Rowan Smith half-time team talk, but it gives Leeds a real foothold in the game for the first time, really, after those 16 early unanswered points. And what price another Leeds try before the break? Wakefield will hope not, after their terrific work in this first half. Alferts takes it on. Ackers to Sangare, who's back on the field. And that's reversing the early change, so Luzone off. Sangare back on, Ackers is off again. Last tackle this. Leeds have just made it over halfway. Off the left boot of Matt Frawley. And a good take and a good chase from Roberts and Handley. With 3 minutes or thereabouts to go until the half-time hooter.
Great line speed there from Jared O'Connor. He's that man who you want next to you when you're defending, bringing that energy off the line, trying to get a good shot on. Brilliant there from him.
Wakefield haven't really had a look in since those tries. But they'll be more than happy with their first half's work. Actually sets us up for a really good second half, this. Last tackle, Leeds defended that set really well. And a kick straight down the throat of Lockie Miller, who's looked lively in broken play. Well, doesn't want to be doing that too often. Got away with that one. Roberts picked it up, Handley. A little dance across field. Last couple of minutes of the first half. It's the Wetherby Whaler Festive Challenge here at AMT Headingley on a crisp Boxing Day lunchtime. Live and exclusive on Our League. Frawley. Signs that it's starting to click. A lot of new combinations, of course, in this Rhino side. Still needing time to gel. Sangare. Just raw power from the French youngster. Ackers. O'Connor. Cam Smith. 6 to go. Beg your pardon, that was Nicholson-Watton, not Cam Smith. That's a compliment to Nicholson-Watton, I think. Leeds are right in front here. Ackers. Sangare wants it. Here he is, Justin Sangare. Burst onto that, did Tom Nicholson-Watton. Ackers now, 5 away. Glance back inside. Here he is again. Sinfield with a bit of room. Lockie Miller's thrown an intercept and Lachlan Walmsley won't be caught. He has pace to burn, this guy. Lachlan Walmsley is a try machine, and he's been given a Christmas gift from the Rhinos on the stroke of half-time. A first try in Trinity colours for Lachlan Walmsley, and he scored it from inside his own half after a gift from the Rhinos. Just as they were knocking at the door, Leeds, to get back to within a single score. We're back where we started. It was Lockie Miller. I don't know, did he just make that too obvious, James?
Yeah, I think he was just playing a bit off the cuff there, was Lockie Miller. Walmsley just managed to put himself in between the winger and the centre, pinch a ball, and we know he's got speed. There's no catching him there. Seems Morgan Gannon's gone off with a head concussion as well, something he struggled with a lot last year, so hopefully he's all right there and can come back on the field in the second half.
Well, that won't be the last try that Lachlan Walmsley scores for Wakefield. Looks like he's going to kick it as well. And all that atmosphere that was building inside AMT Headingley just dissipated with that try on the stroke of half time. Leeds felt they were right back in this contest, and that is how quickly a game can change. Intercept try, it's what Walmsley does best. Now let's see what his kicking's like. You could hear a whisper around this place right now. Here's Walmsley to convert his own score. Not a bad kicker either. And Wakefield Trinity have a 22 points to 6 half-time lead. Where do you start summing up that half, James Donaldson?
Rhinos started that first half really well, the first set. A penalty, then a try, penalty, then a try. Kind of created a lot more momentum that back end of the first half, and then just let them off the hook there with that interception. I think there's going to be some tough words spoke at half time, but like I said, these games are friendlies. The games to make, you know, errors and try and figure them out on the run as well. So I think things will change this second half. I think we'll see a change in team as well. Some young lads warming up on the field now, so it'll be interesting to see what this second half brings.
When you said that, I was looking at these kids who just come on, these young lads warming. I don't think he's bringing any of them on. I noticed now we've got 3 young Rhinos warming up as well. I had a glance down. No way Rowan Smith is bringing any of these young kids on. Let's have a look at the first half tries then, James. As you say, Leeds' start was good, the first set at least, but then it was just wave after wave of Wakefield pressure, and this was really nicely taken. This was on the last, actually.
Yeah, brilliant. The 2 passes that were strung together created Hanley to have to come up and not quite sit back in that pocket, which created that space to get that kick in the corner.
Well, that was Roman Franco with the first Wakefield try. The conversion was missed, and then Leeds were made to pay twice in a row from a short kick-off that didn't quite go to plan. That one looked like Roberts was there to take it. He didn't claim, and this was the end result.
Yeah, we see Sinfield get up really high there, just creating that pocket in behind him for that outline, which created that try opportunity there. MacDonald just sat a little bit there as well. He needs to keep coming forward there just to cut that little space off between him and Sinfield.
That was Ashurst with the second try, and then right from the restart after the conversion, another short kick-off, and this happened.
Really disappointing opportunities that we're creating for Wakefield here. We're letting them off the hook straight away by just gifting them the ball too many times.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the option, there's nothing wrong with the claim, it's just a question of the reaction, isn't it?
Yeah, we need people in the picture. That ball went up in the air, there seemed like there was only 1 or 2 people around the ball. We need 4 or 5 in that picture, so make sure we're fielding that ball as soon as it comes down.
That was 3 tries to nil, 16 points to nil. Then how about that to warm you up?
Great shot from Thornley there.
Ian Thornley did not miss. Leeds had a better spell then. And this was, well, it looked like nowhere to go for Lockie Miller, but he made something happen. Really nice weighted kick. And it was a choice of 2, really, wasn't it? Roberts or Gannon could have claimed that. There's just a little slip there from Jack Sinfield. which meant Lockie Miller, I think, had just overrun it a bit because of the slip. He had to come back on himself, but the weight on this is lovely.
Absolutely, I'm sure that he's done this a million times, playing sevens for so many years. Any opportunity like that, I'm sure we'll see him put the foot to the ball.
And then how big a moment was this just before the break?
Really did let the pressure off. You know, we built that pressure, we kept them down their half, things were looking well. Just to hand the ball to them like that, really disappointing.
It's almost a carbon copy of the try that Walmsley scored for Halifax in the semi-finals of the 1895 Cup down at London, game I was commentating on. Pretty much exactly the same. From the same position on the pitch, same balance of play, and it broke the game wide apart.
No one's going to catch him there. I think the way Wakefield have gone about the business, you know, it's really exciting for the Wakefield fans. I suppose the mentality, the way they started the game, they've kept themselves in the game. From what I understand, a good friend of mine, Lou Gale, said it's one of the toughest pre-season he's been involved in, and we can really see that the Wakefield team are really fit, really strong. The wrestle's been brilliant, little errors, and I suppose few errors as well, which is really give them a good position, you know, to put themselves on the board.
Well, it's a great Boxing Day out for the family, as you can see on the screen here at AMT Headingley. Half-time in the big one, though. The Wetherby Whaler Festive Challenge at the moment is going Wakefield's way again. Trinity lead it 22 points to 6. And we'll be back with you in good time for the second half.
So all the staff and players at Leeds Rhinos would like to thank Kevin Brock for his 30 years of service to the club. Kevin was part of the customer experience team and someone who many people know has been in the club since before the November 1993. We at the Rhinos are very lucky to have him. We want to say thank you to Rocky for your years of service. If you haven't got your tickets for our Friday prices, come down to AMT Headingley Stadium on Saturday the 2nd of March. You need to act fast if you buy. Before midnight on the 31st of December, you'll save 50% on your tickets in the winning area of the ground. To buy your tickets, head to tickets.therhinos.co.uk and your discount will be automatically applied at checkout. So a kit inspired by our history, the Leeds Rhinos Blue Book 2024 Bristol kit is available to purchase now in store or online at store.therhinos.co.uk. Prices start at just £31.99 for juniors and £51.99 for adults. You can get yours now because it's a Leeds thing.
Players refreshed and ready for the second half of this Wetherby Whaler Festive Challenge. Wakefield Trinity holding sway at half-time, leading Leeds here at AMT Headingley 22 points to 6, and very, very good value for that lead. Leeds have had good bursts, they play well in patches, but a few big errors, and Wakefield have been ruthless, really slick in attack. They've punished Leeds with 4 first half tries. Franco Ashurst, Jowett and Walmsley with his first for the club. Louis Roberts, the only try scorer for Leeds. The Rhinos want to get this one done. We're already back underway with the right boot of Lockie Miller. What will the second half bring? James Donaldson, the Rhinos forward, with us for commentary on this traditional Boxing Day fixture. I'm sure Rowan Smith will have delivered some stern words at half-time in certain areas. Can Leeds put those things right and see some new faces? I can see Riley Lum out on this near touchline wearing number 2. Leeds have a bench with 9 men on it. How many have Wakefield named? 3, 6. Wakefield have got 8 as well, so I think it might actually end up being quite a disjointed second half. I hope I'm wrong, but there'll be plenty of changes. Trinity on the last here. Dab through, ricochet, what's the ref saying? Still the last. So the play on, hack forwards, and it is young Riley Lum to gather, and here come Leeds with Alferts. So Alferts has gone over onto the left wing by the looks of it. So is that Handley who's gone? Alferts to swap wings. There's Cam Smith anyway, the skipper. Ackers, will he play a full 80? I wonder. Last tackle. Ackers will find Frawley to go high. Yeah, a couple of the chasers might have gone a little bit early there, but either way, Trinity get there first and ground the ball.
A lot better start to the second half from Leeds. Kick the ball long, make sure in the defence does the work on the back of it.
Can they make a game of it second half, the Rhinos, who were threatening to do so before that breakaway Lachlan Walmsley intercept? 22-6, 4 tries to 1 for Darryl Powell's Wakefield. There's Walmsley who got the long ranger. Now then, an intercept goes the other way, and Leeds this time will benefit and score. Jack Smith helps himself, and Leeds get the score that they deserve. And it could be game back on.
That was pretty similar to that try the first half from Walmsley. Put himself in between the winger and centre. Managed to pick the ball there. It's great to see Jack Smith coming up with these sort of reads, you know, only a young kid coming through the ranks.
He was just lurking, wasn't he, Jack? Leeds started the second half with a bit more energy. As I say, they'll feel they would deserve that for the way they've come out of the sheds at half-time. 3.5 gone, and we'll be back to a 10-point game if Jack Sinfield can slot this one through. Sinfield has 1 from 1, make that 2 from 2. Just a little dink through the middle this time from Jack Sinfield. Great start to the second half for the Rhinos, who trim their arrears. They now trail by 10, 22 points to 12. Jack Smith with an intercept try. Now, will that set something up for Leeds? They were unable to build upon their first half score. It was Wakefield who finished the half with a flourish as Sangaré drives forward again.
There seems a lot more of a calmness about Leeds' second half. Everyone seems to know the role a lot more than they did that first half. I don't know whether that was the amount of defence that got through early on from the penalties.
Ackers on his own. He draws the defence. That's what Andy Ackers does. And he finds his captain to do the rest. What a moment for Leeds. Ackers with a trademark burst. And the skipper, Cameron Smith, under the post. And the Rhinos finally are on the charge. Andy Ackers will have enjoyed that. And Smith was right on the money to finish it off. And Leeds have given us a game. Sinfield through the middle, 3 from 3. What a start to the second half from the home side. Back-to-back tries from the two Smiths, Jack and Cameron. 2 conversions from Sinfield. And all of a sudden, James Donaldson, game on.
Brilliant start, like I said. Wakefield have been a bit quiet this early on in this game. The energy level seems to have dropped a little bit. But interest now, this is going to play out now.
Well, there was always that worry for Wakefield. Could they maintain, I think you used the word intensity and energy, first half, which is what they dominated Leeds with. Could they keep that going for 80? Well, they're being absorbed at the moment by Leeds. It's been relentless from the Rhinos. They started his second 40. And Ackers is off again. He's been excellent, and here they go. He set up another attack. Leeds are through again. They're ripping Wakefield apart. Terrell Alford, the beneficiary. It was Ackers again. Vintage stuff from the England hooker. Leeds level with Alford with a kick to take the lead for the first time. You're going to love playing alongside Andy Ackers when you're fit, I can tell.
Absolutely.
What he provides for his team. It was a great flick pass, in fairness, from Matt Frawley as well. Ackers did the donkey work. Frawley with the bit of finesse off the back of the Ackers break. And Alford's just ran it home.
I think when Ackers looked up there, he seen there was only 2 on that short side there. We had 4 stacked there. Reading the numbers, a smart play by Ackers. I think it's been a masterclass for him this second half so far.
He's been excellent, hasn't he? Terrific player. Really nice guy as well, Andy Ackers. Great to see him flourishing in a Leeds shirt for the first time. Sinfield has this kick to give Leeds a lead that 9 minutes ago would have felt unthinkable. Oh, and he struck the upright. It's still not there. 22 apiece with half an hour to go. There's another look. Ackers, Frawley, Alferts. He could have given it Roberts if he wanted. Could have given it Lockie Miller if he wanted. I think Miller wanted it. And then the kick back off the upright. Wakefield need to stem the flow of points here. They've been left shell-shocked by a 10-minute Leeds purple patch. When Leeds are in this mood, they feel that every possession they can break through. Here's the try scorer again. Oh, did Ackers go off after that try? Looks like they made a change.
I think there's been a few changes. Corey Johnson's come off the bench, and Ben Littlewood, an upcoming front rower, coming through the academy system.
So Sangare's made way. Looks like Ackers has gone. And Leeds have given us a level game, 22 apiece. Can Wakefield hit back? Looks like they have removed Lachlan Walmsley, Wakefield, who I would have a fair bet will finish their top try scorer next season. Penalty given away by Leeds. Well, we mentioned, can Wakefield stem the flow? That will help. That's a tide turner. Unnecessary too. It gives an opportunity for Miles Lawford to turn Leeds around here when they were right on top. Confirmation of that change, Corey Johnson on. So that lightning 10 minutes has drawn Leeds level. Now it's Wakefield's turn to try and hit back. With Bowden down the middle. Decent opportunity this, with Hood looking for the ball. Ashurst takes it on. Crowded out by three white shirts. Leeds do well again. It was a smart one-handed pick-up by the Wakefield man, Boothroyd. Last tackle. Leeds won't be broken from there. They were looking dangerous with Harvey Smith buzzing about in front there, Wakefield, but Leeds just stood firm.
I think it was quite smart by Wakefield. They've had a few tough sets. There's tries being scored to finish up our end of the field, making us come off our own try line to try and create that momentum again for Wakefield.
Well, they've undone all their hard work there, Trinity, by conceding a penalty that Jack Sinfield is already ready to take. He makes a good touch this time, up towards halfway. Leeds looking for their first lead. Jack Smith, one of their try scorers. One of their three second-half try scorers so far. And the Rhinos on the hunt again. Corey Johnson off the bench for Andy Ackers at hooker. Frawley promotes. One of the senior men still out there. Sinfield with a reverse pass. Lockie Miller, I'm not sure that is what he was intending. He was working around the other way. He might get it back this time from Frawley. Here we go. Tipped on. Roberts takes it well. He's gone backwards a couple. Last tackle lead. 15 out. Left side with Alferts. Frawley's wonderful left boot. Puts one in the air. Says challenge for that. Leeds go for... Oh, Wakefield have done really well. It's going to be a dropout though, I think. Yep, referee had a good view of that. He said he's tapped it down behind the post. So more pressure coming Wakefield's way. What have you made of Matt Frawley and Lockie Miller so far today, James?
Frawley's just seemed like he's had so much time on the ball when it's come in hand. Miller seemed to be taking a lot of carries. He's not scared to put his hand up to get us out of yardage, which is not a lot you often see from fullbacks. Put their hand up to get us out there. Exciting. I think there's a lot more to come from them both.
We've got a shot there of Lachlan Wormsley, the Wakefield try-scorer, off the field at the moment, looking a bit glum on the Trinity bench. As his side have more defending to do. Leeds looking to hit the front for the first time with Simfield. Johnson, options mainly to his left. O'Connor, Frawley again. Nice link up with Miller, gives it to Daryl Alford in the corner for Leeds. The two new boys combining. Miller and Frawley, and Daryl Alford helps himself to number 2, and Leeds lead for the first time.
Second try of the game for Leeds Rhinos, number 19,
Right on cue when we were talking about the new boys, they linked up James perfectly to put Alferts in the corner again.
Yeah, brilliant. Created on a 4-on-3 there. Miller picked it up out the back there. A fierce ball to Alford on the wing, who did a brilliant finish, to be fair, in the corner. Don't think I've actually seen Alford finish like that before with a dive, and one is the only one for just putting it down. But
yeah, where have you been hiding that?
I think the boys have been practicing that out on the field. Take the crash mats out there and practice some of them finishes. That practice coming off there, obviously, with that finish there.
Well, what a turnaround since the break. Simfield with another shot at goal. This is right on the touchline, far side. Oh, what a beauty. Simfield from the touchline. And Leeds lead by 6. 28 points to 22. So we have another look at this link-up play. It was O'Connor to Frawley. Miller. Alford's running from behind the line and finishing well.
The way that Jared O'Connor and Frawley squared up there really created that space on the outside.
Have Wakefield got anything left? Leeds have finally woken up. Looking hungry on Boxing Day now. Early deep kick to the corner from Frawley. Not quite the bounce. Franco gallops back. 2 more Leeds changes look imminent. Well, maybe 3. Certainly a couple of white shirts waiting to get muddied on the far side. Tell you what, James, when Leeds went from the predominantly blue and amber to a predominantly white, your kit man must have thought, oh, you are kidding me.
I think it did. Obviously, we've got 2 home shirts this year, so we can mix between that white and the blue. But yeah, it must be a nightmare. I'm a nightmare with my white's washing at home, so can't imagine what it's like.
Don't get me started. I do all the washing and drying in our house. Absolute nightmare it is. Anyway, we won't talk about that. We've got rugby to watch. Here we go with Leeds. 28-22. I did wonder though, when Leeds went all white, is that, have you any idea what the thinking was behind it? It struck me like, are you trying to align more with Leeds United? Is that something that IMG have suggested to grow the city thing? I don't know.
Yeah, perhaps. I'm not actually sure where the white has come from. I think he's just trying to mix them kits up year on year rather than coming up with similar designs. I don't mind it personally myself, but I'm sure the die-hard Leeds
As a traditionalist, I've always wanted the blue and amber personally. I don't mind the white, but it's always been a white away shirt. Leeds have lost that. I think it went backwards actually. This should be play on. It is. Referee doesn't want to stop this anymore unless he has to, I think. Our friend the touch judge on this near side is still 10 metres on the pitch. I think he fancies a game. An hour gone, 20 to go. Live and exclusive on Our League. It's been a really enjoyable Wetherby Whaler festive challenge that we brought you from AMT Headingley today. Look like Wakefield, we're going to run riot, and Leeds have really steadied the ship at half time and come out firing second half. And they're going to get the ball back here. Wakefield not play that properly? Is that another one of them?
Yeah, it seems like that.
Going to see a few of that, I think, first few weeks of the season.
It's more of an NRL thing than a Super League thing that they're trying to bring over here. The last few years, there's never been a problem with it.
But he's not even tried to play it. But that kind of thing, like you say, that kind of thing has been there for years. It's annoyed certain people, and others have just let it go. But it looks like we're going to finally get it right this year. It might be a flurry of decisions like that to start with, but I'm sure everyone will get the hang of it eventually.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, how long have we been playing this game? We should have got it by now. Here's Sinfield. Oh, knock on Leeds. Don't count Wakefield out of this, you know. They're only 6 behind. Okay, they've barely attacked second half, but they've shown that this is a resilient bunch. And Leeds are going to continue making changes, so there will be opportunities there. It might get a bit fragmented, this. Inside the last quarter of the game. This is good. Here come Wakefield again. Scrambling defence as Jack Croft tried to break clear. Roman Franco's there with him. Just tosses it up in the air. And that's Mathieu Kozat. And here's Wakefield debut. And here they come again with Roman Franco. First try scorer of the game. Last tackle. It's going to be a kick and a challenge. Oh, Leeds never looked like taking that, but they've got away with one and they've come away with the ball. Wakefield attacked that. Leeds got a little bit fortunate.
We're starting to see a few of the up-and-coming Leeds Rhinos boys coming on the field. The two brothers, Fergus McCormack and Ned McCormack, 2 young kids that Leeds have brought in from Woodhouse Grove Private School. I think they were both on the England Rugby Union pathway.
Wow.
But great prospects.
Keep an eye on those two, the McCormack brothers. That's 17 minutes of the game. Oh, O'Connor flew out of the line there and got his man. Now we can see that last attack that Wakefield, well, that could have gone anywhere. I think actually Wakefield had all overrun it anyway. But Leeds got the possession back. And we're back centre field with Wakefield, who will kick early and try and turn Alfertz around. He's on a hat-trick, the winger. Oh, what's he throwing that for? But he doubled it twice and then threw it anyway. I don't think anyone in the South Stand wanted that pass. Louis Roberts and Jack Smith have gone off, and here they go. Oh, it's going to be a favourable bounce. Might need support here though. Scrambling defence, but there are going to be big holes. It's Roberts back on, I beg your pardon. There he is waiting for it. It was Roberts for Smith. Can Leeds set up and find a gap? They've got a clean tackle count, says the referee. So 6 to go, 10 away.
I think as Roberts went through there.
Alford, once he's had, oh, they put it down and Griffin brings it away. Sorry, James.
I think when he went through there, you seen Riley Lum to his right, took a few more steps, and Riley Lum come underneath him. He popped the ball out, it didn't quite go to hands.
There we see the break again from Roberts. On the bottom right of your screen. Just, yeah, if he'd have turned back inside, perhaps that might have been the option. But very easy to call that from the safety of the commentary box. Here come Wakefield, still in the game, trailing by 6, 28-22. The Wetherby Whaler Festive Challenge, live and exclusive from AMT Headingley. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage on our league this lunchtime. Plenty of points, plenty of big performances as well. This is decent from Wakefield and Ollie Pratt. That was the last though. So Leeds will get the ball back. Some tired bodies out there all of a sudden. Still in pre-season, remember.
Some of these young lads, it's their first taste of first team football. You don't realise the speed and the
What's
pace
that
of the
step
game.
up? Do you remember that step up?
Yeah, I
What's it
do.
like?
There was under 21s when I was coming through the system, so I went academy under 21s, which was like a reserve grade competition, then into first team. But I remember stepping up to the under 21s and the pace was ridiculous. And then Super League again is just a different level.
A great learning experience from a lot of these players on both sides out there today. Real mix of big name experience and young rising talent. Sinfield promotes, O'Connor with him. Oh, another big shot. Last tackle. Sinfield pops it up. Roberts is winning that chase, but Wakefield already there. "13 minutes of this Boxing Day fixture to play." Ryan Smith will be, I'm sure, very satisfied with the turnaround after half-time. Less so the first 40. But the players out there have clearly responded to his half-time messaging. Wakefield started with a lot of spirit, a lot of energy, and they're hanging on in there at the moment. Still something there for Trinity. As Macha Kozar goes to ground, as does the ball. Leeds will get this back. Alford picks it up. He knocks on, but they'll take it back to the first one. A couple of errors sneaking in. That was the first from Griffin, and Alford's not able to pick it up cleanly. I think Macha Kozar's got a bit of blood. There's Darryl Powell. Penny for those. Doesn't look in the best of moods, does he, Darryl? Well, if you're spending the rest of Boxing Day with Darryl, good luck to you. Great to see him straight back in the game. Had a really rough time at Warrington Wolves, did Darryl Powell. For whatever reason, it didn't work there. Got a lot of bad press as well. He was clearly very unhappy at the end. But he's straight back. A couple of weeks off, he told me, and then straight back into it. And he sees this as an exciting project at Wakefield, to bounce straight back into the Betfred Super League. Leeds, I'm sure, will want to better their season from last season as well. Dab through. This could be another repeat set. It's a really nicely weighted kick. Franco has nowhere to go, and Leeds will get a drop out.
Smart play there from Fergus McCormack. Seeing the winger was in the line, creating an opportunity for a kick chase down the short side.
Yeah, nice little kick from Fergus McCormack. And where will Wakefield go? They've seen Leeds mess up a few short ones yet, so they just drill it mid-distance. Oh, really nice take on the full by Riley Lum. Leeds will sense that one more score probably puts this fixture to bed. But can they find it? Still bags of time, of course.
Maybe a drop goal?
Maybe a drop goal. It's not very pre-season, is it, though, a drop goal?
I think you've got to train for them as well. You know, we make sure that we cover all aspects in training. So to give Jack Sinfield an opportunity at some point here to go for that drop goal will be good practice.
Oh, he's thinking about it already. He's called it. How about that? Jack Sinfield with a drop goal, and James Donaldson on his commentary debut has just called a cracker.
I told you.
There we are. As advertised.
Drop goal for the Rhinos, scored by number 21, Jack Sinfield.
I don't think the shape was actually for a drop goal, but as it unfolded, I think Sinfield just sat back and was holding on for it. And probably in the back of his head at some point he might have to go for that.
Well, the sweetness of the strike would indicate that he might have practiced a few of those. I don't think that was his first rodeo, was it? And maybe that is the single point that puts the game to bed. That's an awful, awful short kick-off. Anything you can do, Leeds? So that'll be a penalty on halfway. 9,500 inside AMT Headingley today on a Boxing Day lunchtime. Not a bad effort, that, is it?
No, amazing crowd. Hopefully we'll get similar numbers for my testimonial come on the 4th of February.
Yeah, good luck with that. Sangare. I think Leeds sense blood here now. Wakefield, I think that's really knocked them, that drop goal, to go 2 scores behind. Leeds fancy they could find another way through. Sangare again, he goes behind him, in fact, to O'Connor. Good pick up, Leeds are through. And that should be the winner. Is it big Mikkel Gudemond who's gone over? So debut try for the Frenchman. And Leeds will win the Wetherby Whaler Festive Challenge.
Great try there, just managed to put him on the defender's outside shoulder. Makes it a tough one-on-one tackle, and Mikkel's just too strong there. He's been brilliant since he came into the system at Leeds Rhinos this year so far. He's just took everything in his stride. I'm sure it's not easy to just pack your bags and come over to England, something out of your comfort zone, but he's made it look easy, to be fair, and I think it's going to be really exciting to see how he comes on this year in Rhinos.
So great turnaround for Leeds, who, remember, trailed at half-time 22-6. So they've kept Wakefield out of the second half, kept them scoreless. And they've added 29 now points of their own as Sinfield adds 2 more. Six tries, 5 goals and a drop goal. Leeds are home and hosed. So we have another look at this. O'Connor to Gudemond.
This came with some really smart plays today, Jared O'Connor with the ball in hand. something I haven't seen loads of from him in the past, but something he's obviously developed, becoming a hooker as well.
So a reason for optimism for Leeds fans. Seeing the new combinations today with Miller and Frawley and Ackers playing so well for 50 minutes. And there's bags of talent, of course, not on show today. James Donaldson waiting, commentating with us today. He'll be back hopefully early in the new year. No Harry Newman, Mikolecki, Holroyd, Bentley, Fuzitua, Brodie Croft, Momirovski.
I'm sure them boys are sat in Australia with a schooner in the hand, laughing at us, what, sat here in the -2 cold.
Give over, it's about 6 or 7 degrees today. I almost wore shorts.
I can't feel my toes, not about you.
Yeah, hope you've enjoyed the coverage, Brodie and Paul, if you're streaming the game down under. Be great to see you back here soon. Wakefield have knocked on there. Leeds are going to get a shot at another try. 6 tries to 4 so far. Who stood out for you, James, today?
I think the way Andy Ackers come into the second half was absolutely brilliant. Got us back on that front foot. Mikel Goodman's not stopped working all day, along with MacDonald. And I think Jared O'Connor's really brought some energy as well when he's come off the bench.
Final few minutes of this one, live and exclusive on our league on a Boxing Day. Hope you're having a great Christmas. Here come Leeds. I've enjoyed this second half at AMT Headingley. They might not be done yet, you know. Smith to Lum. Takes the tackle, rolls over. 15 away, right-hand side. Jack Sinfield waiting, first receiver to the left. Here he is. But Sangare, who he will bypass. And they'll set up within 5 of the line. The big man's lurking again. But Sangare is used as a decoy again. And then Sinfield to the corner. Lum will take, but he can't get there. Tries to spin into the corner. But I think he'd already crossed the whitewash. He was thinking for a split second. He had his moment there, the youngster. Yeah. I think he was over on at least 5 occasions before he got over the line there. Final throws of the game. If you joined our broadcast late, we'll run you back through every single try on the final hooter before we say goodbye. As the Rhinos fans finish with a flourish themselves. Wakefield, have they got a try to go home with? Their fans have travelled in impressive number. But that's not what they were hoping for. As Pratt puts it down. The Leeds running in to get a restart here. They think there's another try in this. Let's have another look. Yeah, there's been a few of those. Jack Smith encouraging the referee to notice the knock-on, and he duly obliged. Sangare goes off, his game is done. I'm expecting a big season from the Frenchman, Justin Sangare. And it'll be interesting to see how big a season Leeds as a whole can produce after the relative disappointment, you would say, of last year. Some big names to come into this side. Can Brodie Croft find that man of steel form? If Andy Ackers continues the way he's started today, Leeds look like they're in good hands down the spine. I want to make this place a fortress again, I'm sure. O'Connor, Sinfield. McDonald still going. Last 30 seconds or so with O'Connor and Sinfield linking up again. Still there. Littlewood eventually halted in his tracks. Tackle count wiped clean, so whatever is left on the match clock, probably. Leeds dummying through. Oh, what a try! Sinfield made it, and Tom Nicholson-Watton has a try under the post. Terrific step from Jack Sinfield. And Nicholson-Watton got his prize for still supporting 80 minutes into the game. There's the dummy. And Merry Christmas to Tom Nicholson-Watton.
I was expecting to see that show and go at some point in this game. He's obviously saved it for the last few seconds.
Is that his trademark move?
Yeah, brilliant for Tom Nicholson-Watton as well, a lifelong Rhinos fan, to come through the system, score on Boxing Day. She was brilliant for himself and his family that'll be watching, no doubt.
And that's the last play. 41 points to 22, with Jack Sinfield knocking over that final kick of the game. And in the end, that feels a little bit harsh on Wakefield. Looks like a walloping, James. It certainly wasn't.
No, definitely a game of two halves, to say the least. The way we got off to the start of the game was just appalling. We seem to have that problem last year as well, so hopefully we can get that problem sorted out sooner rather than later, before we go into the Super League season. In the second half, we come out with a totally different mentality. We seemed so much more relaxed. Everyone seemed to know the role a lot better, and then it was just free-flowing rugby after that. Tries galore.
Well, it looks like we are going to have a presentation for the traditional Wetherby Whaler Festive Challenge, and the 2023 winners are the Leeds Rhinos. So we'll stay and watch Leeds pick up the trophy, and that'll be a few minutes away. The players are shaking hands and having a Christmas catch-up. So let's have a look at the tries. Let's work our way, James Donaldson. Talk us through the tries today.
The two passes there just caused that winger just to have to stay up in the line there. Ash Hanley creating a pocket in the back there for the kick.
That was Franco's first. This was try number 2.
I feel like McDonald needs to get forward a little bit more there rather than sat down in the seat. Sinfield creating that pocket as well, getting too far forward.
This is one, try number 3, that Leeds probably won't want to watch again, but I'm sure they'll see it many times.
Absolutely, I think we might go back to just kicking the ball long and take that tough learning lesson.
Yeah, it was a short kick-off gone wrong. Credit the Wakefield Trinity fullback Max Jarrett, who gobbled it up. So 3 tries to nil, 16-0 was Wakefield's leads before Leeds finally got going. And Louis Roberts was the try scorer. It's a little change of direction. I think that little slip actually helped everyone. It allowed Lockie Miller just to reset, come back, and then the weight on that is perfect.
I think that Wakefield didn't expect the ball to come back to this side of the field.
Well, that's what I mean. They were setting up. If Jack Sinfield doesn't slip, I think they're set up right.
Absolutely.
And then this was the intercept. This could have been Leeds pulling within a single score right on the stroke of half-time. But Lachlan Walmsley, that won't be the first intercept try he scores this coming season.
Definitely not, and is quick as well. There's not many men that will catch him this season.
So that was Walmsley on the stroke of half-time. And that was 22-6, and then Leeds had a 10-minute purple patch at the start of the second half. Jack Smith with an intercept of his own.
Great read by Jack there to put himself in between the winger and centre.
And there was a real momentum shift with that score. Leeds scoring early, they clearly decided, yeah, we fancy this. And Andy Ackers then took control of the match, sending his captain in there for an excellent try.
He's so quick out that dummy half. You have to make sure that you're pretty flat with him to make sure you're on the ball straight away.
And that was Ackers off on a run again, tipped on by Frawley. Lockie Miller definitely wanted this, but Alford scored it. And Leeds were off and running. And then Daryl Alfertz helped himself to a couple. That the pick of them in the corner.
Brilliant finish.
And when Leeds hit the front, they never really looked like letting that slip. So another look at this one, really good try. Alfertz practicing his finishing off season by the looks of things.
I think the way that Jared O'Connor and Frawley takes the ball really to the line, plain square, created that opportunity on the edge.
As called by our commentary guru James Donaldson. Jack Sinfield making the game safe with a drop goal. And then there was a clincher. Sinfield again involved on that was the Gudemon score, I beg your pardon, there was two more, wasn't there? That was O'Connor sending Gudemon through, and then Jack Sinfield had the little step. There he goes. Little show and go, and a great moment for Tom Nicholson-Watton. Had a good afternoon, did Jack Sinfield. And then live on the pitch we have our presentations.
Leeds have flew and rounded up the players that played in there. I think it was 1953 or 1954 Boxing Day game. They're here today to present the trophy to the team. Even nicer that they presented to Leeds Rhinos as well.
He does this kind of thing very well, Gary Hedvington, the chief executive.
He's brilliant at it.
Never ever forgets the people that make this club so special, Gary. Max Jowett gets the Wakefield man of the match. There'll be a home man of the match as well, I'm sure. Where will that go? Andy Ackers, maybe?
Andy Ackers, Jack Sinfield.
Yeah, Jack was good, wasn't he, today?
Mikel Gudemon, 80 minutes I think he played. Put himself about. I think you do get a voucher as well for Wetherby Whaler.
Oh, very good.
A meal for 4 people for the man of the match. So
there you go.
Not a bad prize.
You're not having the best of run then at Boxing Day. Commentating with me today in the sin bin last year, or was it worse? Was it sin bin?
Yeah, sin bin the last 2 years, unfortunately.
2 years. There we go, called it. Andy Ackers on his Rhinos debut with a man of the match display.
It was actually Andy's birthday yesterday, so he spent that, and I said, how are you going to spend it? He says, well, I'm not having Christmas dinner, I'm going to save it till after Boxing Day. So that just shows the sort of dedication that Ackers brings to the team and himself to make sure he's in the best condition possible to play well today.
He's a true pro, he's Andy Ackers. I sense he's going to be a real hit here at Headingley. Really lovely guy as well. Great to see him flourish. He's a great story. Trying to break through into rugby league for so long, and then in the twilight almost of his career he's finding his best form. And then the presentation for the 2023 Wetherby Whaler Festive Challenge winners, the traditional Boxing Day game between Leeds and Wakefield Trinity. And this year's prize goes to the Leeds Rhinos, and the trophy collected by the new captain, Cameron Smith. I guess you can call that the first trophy of the new season, if you like. Leeds, I'm sure, in every sense will have bigger fish to fry, but this is a good start. Leeds have won here today. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage, live and exclusive on Our League. Our thanks to James Donaldson. Hope to see you back in a Rhino shirt, back out on the pitch soon, and best of luck as well with your testimonial.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Well deserved. Another great sermon of rugby league. That's as far as we go. Great start to the season for Leeds. What a game of two halves it was. Wakefield flying for 40. Leeds back with a bang second half. Enjoy the rest of your festive period. Thanks for tuning into our league. We leave you with news that Leeds have won it. The Rhinos winning the Wetherby Whaler Festive Challenge by 41 points to 22. From James Donaldson, from me, George Riley, and the rest of the team, have a great Christmas and New Year. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.